Hi everyone, it's Katie from the Cedar Falls Public Library here today to show you how to make this cute little Baby Yoda paper bag puppet in celebration of Star Wars Day. In order to do this craft, you will need a paper bag. You will need a pair of scissors. Kids, please ask grown-ups for permission before you get some scissors. You will need some glue of some type. I'm using a glue stick, but you can also use any kind of glue that you would have. We will need some crayons or colored pencils or markers, a pencil, and lastly, we will need some pieces of paper. You can use just blank white paper like I have here. You can use lined paper, a back of some junk mail that you've got. Whatever you have around the house, you can use any of that. That'll all work. To start our Baby Yoda puppet, we are first going to make his face. In order to do that, we're going to take a piece of paper and we're going to put it on the top of the flap. So the side of the paper bag you want up is the side that has the flap here. And we will use that as a guideline to see roughly how big we want our paper bag to be. So leave a little at the top so you can kind of see where it ends. You can draw a line here and then we'll line it up at the top. And then draw a line where the flap ends here, so we know where that ends. And then we're going to take some scissors and we're going to cut, I would say cut this little strip off here as straight as you can. And then just draw a line here so we know we have a guideline of where we want our scissors to go. And then just try to cut it straight. Cutting straight is not my strong suit, so it's okay if it's not perfect. First, we're going to color our Baby Yoda face. I'm just going to make sure real quick if I want to cut any of this off. It's a little long on this side. So I'm just going to make sure that I have that lined up. And I'm just going to trim off that little bit of extra. Okay, perfect. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our Yoda face. The very first thing is we want to make his eyes. Baby Yoda has really big eyes. You could also make this as a grown-up Yoda if you want. I would say just scale the eyes down a little bit to make them a little bit smaller. If you wanted to do that. So we are going to have our black crayon and we are going to make big circles for Baby Yoda's eyes. And we'll color those in. And then we are going to take I'm going to use 2 shades of green on Yoda. I'm going to use a lighter green to do all of his like skin color, but I'm going to use this darker green to do a little nose. I'm just going to make a little circle here. And then I'm also going to make a little mouth on him. Now on my example one here, I just kind of did like a little thing like that. But I think on this one, I'm going to make him a little happier. And actually, I think I'm going to put a little pink tongue in there. Once you get your eyes, your nose, and your mouth done, and feel free to draw that any way that you want to, be creative, then you can do, I'm going to do the skin. So I'm going to color the whole thing in a light green. Oops, and before I do that, I'm going to use the scratch paper so I don't get color on my table. Okay, and the last thing that we can do is we can add a few little wrinkles on his forehead if you like. If this is going to be a normal grown-up Yoda, I would add a lot more wrinkles to it, but baby Yoda, we just put a few on the forehead. Okay, so I'm just going to do one long one, and I just draw some wavy lines. And we'll call that good. Once you're done with your Yoda face and you're happy with how it looks, we are going to glue it to the paper bag. Once again, make sure that you have the flap side showing, and this is where we are going to draw or glue the face down. So I'll use my scratch sheet here again so I don't get glue on the table. And then you might want to throw some on your bag as well. And then just press it down, make sure it stays. All right. So, we got our Yoda face. Looks pretty good. Does need some ears though. I mean, that's what makes Yoda Yoda, right? So next we're going to do the ears. For baby Yoda, he has really big ears in comparison to the size of his face. If you're going to do an older Yoda, you might want to make the ears a little bit smaller so they're a little bit more in proportion with his face. Okay, so to make baby Yoda's ears, I just put his face on top of my sheet here. And then I'm just going to draw a straight line-ish. I'm not really good at straight lines over here. And then we're just gonna scoop that line down like that. And then to cut it, just take your sheet, take your sheet and fold it in half. And then you can just cut 2 ears out at the same time. You'll get the same size and shape. Then you have 2 Yoda ears. Now for the ears, what you're going to do is you're going to do the bottom part pink, and then do the top part green. So I just took a crayon and drew a little line like this, kind of curve it down there. So this part will be pink, and then the top part there will be green, like his skin tone. And then do the same thing with your other ear. Once you have those colored, next we're going to glue them onto our Yoda. So we want the color to face outward, so we're going to put the glue on the top of a little bit of what we colored. So just run a strip right down there and then see where you want to place it. And then just put that right on the back there and just squish that together. All right, there we go. The very last thing that we are going to do is we're going to put his robe on. I'm going to use a brown crayon. You can use whatever color robe you want to put on your Yoda. We're going to draw the part here that goes under his neck, and then we'll draw the opening that goes down the middle. So we're just going to do a little scoop down here for that collar, and then 2 lines to draw the front of his robes. Now you have a baby Yoda. You can put on a little puppet show. Thank you so much for joining me today to make this baby Yoda puppet. If you make this, please feel free to share a picture on our Facebook page, Cedar Falls Public Library. We love to see the creative things that you guys do with our crafts. And until next time, have a great day. May the Force be with you. Excuse me.